Hello, everyone. A very good morning, very good afternoon, very good evening to you, wherever you are. Today, we have got a lovely, beautiful lady with beautiful smile. So nice of you, one who is none other than the coach Anna Lang. Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Well,
for having me.
let me tell you about this program. Today's program is divided into three parts. In the first part, we'll be introducing this platform, beautiful speaker that we have, and little bit about myself. In the second part, we will have a question answer session, and in the third part, we will have conclusion of the session. So coming to the first part and telling about this platform, well, we are here for last about 4 years, and really I am very proud to mention that we have already uploaded more than 5,000 small and big video clips on various platforms. Yes, we have contacted and gave chance to not one or two, but hundreds of TED Talk speakers on this platform. And as the number you see on this platform itself, today is 147th episode for our podcast. So this is the great credibility of our platform. We give chance to all whosoever wants to showcase their expertise on our platform. Well, this is about this platform. Coming to our lovely guest speaker, who is none other than Anna. Here is a small introduction that she has sent me. Anna is not simply Anna, but she is a coach Anna. So, hello, Coach Anna. Coach Anna Lang, she helps individuals transform challenges into meaningful change. Wow. With more than 25 years experience in the field of entrepreneurial experience and 9 personal development programs, Anna combines neuroscience-informed strategies and her own transformative journey to guide others in connecting with themselves and building a life that they love. Great. Well, I am really very proud to announce that her next book, entitled "You Are the Secret Source," is coming soon. And on behalf of our podcast, myself, and all our team members, we wish a very great success for launching this book and for spreading this book to all over the world. So nice of you. Coming to me, I am Dinesh. Basically, I am a meditation leader. I have conducted more than 200 podcasts on various platforms. And today, I am here with a lovely lady, Anna. So, once again, warm welcome to you, Anna. And before I proceed, we would love to know just one or two lines about you, and then we will be asking the questions that our listeners have sent to me. And our platform is yours. Please go ahead.
Well, Dinesh, first, thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm very much honored to be here. And thank you for that really generous introduction. Very much appreciated. For the object of brevity, or to be brief, I am an unstuck coach. I'm the coach you
Mhm.
call when the relationship that you're having problems with is the one you have with yourself. I help people get unstuck in two very
Mhm.
specific ways. One, I support them to understand the biology. So they know they're not broken. So they know that this isn't something that has happened to them that um, they have no way to navigate. There's ways to navigate everything. So once you understand the biology, it really helps you. And then two, we work on their specific simple steps, which are
Mhm.
generally based around one of what I call the 6 keys. And once you have those things dialed in, you can go just about anywhere you want to go.
Great. Wow. Well, as you said that you are a person who helps someone who is stuck. So I'm the first one to get stuck in your by your expertise, by your knowledge, by your beautiful smile and your presentation. Thank you so much. Well, well, let me start with the questions. And Anna, here is the first question that please tell us that what was the turning point in your life when you realized the challenge wasn't breaking you, it was building you. Platform is yours. Anna, please.
Thank you. Ironically, I don't, and I thought about this. I thought about this a lot, and I don't think it was one moment that did it.
Mhm.
I think it was a series of moments that did it. And the moments were I was homeless. I was living illegally out of my little photography studio. And I had left a marriage, and
Mhm.
my children didn't know, my parents didn't know, my friends didn't know. I had a business that was falling apart. I couldn't afford my rent and I couldn't afford to eat.
Ooh.
And I was in this situation, and there's a whole bunch of other things going on around me. But the punchline is I had this epiphany that the challenges I was facing had nothing to do with the outside world. They were a reflection of me. And I
Oh,
was repeating all of
yes.
these challenges over and over and over again, like a pattern throughout my whole life. And I don't know exactly how to explain the epiphany, except to say that I understood it was a cry for help from me. So all of these challenges were me speaking to me asking me for something. Set more boundaries, stop being afraid to be who you are, stop waiting for other people to rescue you. You have power, you have agency, you are okay. And once I started to hear those messages, I started to become
Mhm.
quite empowered. But before I heard those challenges as my own voice, there was
Mhm.
no shifting.
Wow. Then do you really believe in this that yes? Because for me, if I do something good, I think that I did it. And when something wrong happens, I said it's because of them, not because of me. Always I blame others. Yeah.
I mean, I love doing
Great.
that too.
Mhm.
Absolutely. When
Mhm.
I sit here, there's a difference between me and a lot of the other peers that I have, in that I am not a
Mhm.
doctor. I am not a
Mhm.
scientist. I am not traditionally trained. I learned this stuff for my whole life, and then I learned the stuff after I learned the stuff. So I come at it from a very different perspective, in that I am so in that with you. Ego stuff, oh, I'm there.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, you're very right. Because for me, it's very easy to acquire knowledge from this book and that book, but unless or until you put it into practice, it has got no use. Well,
Mhm.
coming to the next question, Anna, please tell me, you have coached hundreds of people. Wow, Anna, you have coached hundreds of people. What's the most common inner wound you saw holding them back, including me? What is that?
Well, I haven't talked to you yet, but I would bet money that if there is a person that I meet that is attracted to my
Hmm.
work, the
Hmm.
biggest inner wound holding that person back is going to be some sort of identity fracture. So,
Oh.
and this is something that I created. Again, I wasn't traditionally trained. So I learned a bunch of stuff and I gave it my own names. And what I call identity fracture is that
Mhm.
space where we are when the self is not allowed, it's not accepted,
Mhm.
it's not understood. And so you need to go into sort of a survival response in order to get your needs met.
Okay.
And that means
Okay.
that you get this very deep fragmentation, or this very deep, it feels like you're breaking because you don't feel it's ever safe to be who you are entirely in one spot. So you mix and match pieces of yourself constantly,
Hmm.
and you're always hyper aware, and you're always hyper monitoring, and you're disconnected from who you authentically are because you need to please the room that you're in some way,
Right.
shape, or form. And I find that
Mhm.
that fracture, and it can come out because you were rejected. It can come out because you were abandoned. It can come out because you were humiliated, that there was an injustice done to you, that you were betrayed somehow. These all cause this fracturing. And if you don't deal with it, it
Mhm.
creates this, I call it polarization. So you become very unbalanced. And the part
Mhm.
of you that you practice being is the part of you that pops out of you when you're stressed out. And if you practice being someone you're not, eventually that becomes the person that you show up as all the time.
Oh. Oh. But there are people who always think that it's always better to suffer, and they suffer perhaps only because the point that you raised just now, that they don't realize it. Yes, you're
Yeah.
very correct. Yeah. Well, you already answered, but still, I would like to go a little dip into it
Okay.
by asking you this question: that what does it really mean to reconnect with yourself? Till now, you have told number of times reconnect, reconnect, reconnect with yourself. What do you really mean to reconnect with yourself? And where does someone begin? What would you say if I ask this question to you?
I have an entire course around this, actually.
Mhm.
And if you were to say, how do I reconnect with myself? I would say, do you know what brings you joy? Really, what brings you joy? If it's not related to your work or what
Mm.
other people like, or what
Mhm.
pleases the people around you, if you were alone, what brings
Mm.
you joy? What environments bring you joy? What things do you do for play? What
Okay.
what excites you in life?
Mhm.
Do
Mhm.
you actually know?
Perhaps no.
And then that would be your very first step. I would say, let's find
Mhm.
out. Let's get curious,
Wow.
because the thing with our identities is when we're kids,
Mhm.
oh, sorry. Did you have a
Mhm.
question or comment?
No.
Oh, okay. When we're children, we are completely dependent on the
Mhm.
environment that we're raised in. So we are
Okay.
dependent on our parents or on the system or on something. And so we learn the rules. And if those rules tell us that being a certain way won't get our needs met, we aren't that way. And
Right.
liking a certain thing is bad
Hmm.
according to the place that we live. We learn not to like that thing. And so we get, again, very disconnected. We don't mean to get
Right.
disconnected. We just grow up with the rules that we grew up with. And we learned how to live with those rules so that we get our needs met, or we wouldn't get love, we wouldn't get food, we wouldn't get cared for. So we learn these things. And when I ask people this joy question, I have yet to meet a single person who knows
Hmm.
all of their joy points. I have
Oh.
not met a single person yet. And I'm sure they exist, but I haven't met one. And it's all these rules they've piled on. It's all these expectations, all of this fracturing inside them that has
Oh.
caused them to lose track. So then we explore, we get curious, and we learn how to have fun again. And that's how you can really start to reconnect.
Okay. Okay. Definitely. I promise you, I will definitely try it out, and I'll come back to you. That, yeah, I would love to come back to you and tell you that what happened. Great. Great. Well, many a times you have spoken about neuroscience, and this is a term which has become a quite famous nowadays. Can you please tell us that how can this neuroscience help someone move from emotional survival to emotional freedom? First of all, what is the difference between emotional survival and emotional freedom, and how a person can have a shift from this emotional survival to emotional freedom? Anna, please.
Ooh, there's a lot of questions there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say emotional survival would be
Mm-hmm.
your sympathetic nervous system. So that's when
Mm-hmm.
your fight or flight is activated. So
Mm-hmm.
you are reacting to perceived dangers and perceived threats in order to get your
Right.
needs met, in order to stay safe. Because if we dial this back and we say, okay, what is our body programmed to do and keep us alive?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we are not alive, nothing else matters. Like,
Right.
yeah. And so emotional survival, your emotions kick in really fast. It's in your midbrain. And so when
Okay.
anything is dangerous, it triggers your midbrain, your amygdala, your emotional brain, and it triggers all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of feelings and emotions and survival responses. Emotional freedom is when you understand what is happening so that
Oh,
you are not controlled by what is happening.
oh, please
And
repeat it.
it's when you understand what is happening so you are not controlled by what is happening.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
understand.
so neuroscience is how we
Mm-hmm.
understand what is happening. It's a fancy term for
Mm-hmm.
brain working. How does your
Mm-hmm.
brain work? How does your emotions work? When you that's one of the first things we do in one of my first programs is I talk to people about, here's how your brain works. This is
Mm-hmm.
why what you're there's no illogical emotions. There is no such thing as an action that doesn't make sense.
Oh,
Everything makes sense. Everything is based
right.
on some sort of survival need. If it
Hmm.
is, if it's perceived to somebody as dangerous, that's a survival response, right? So the freedom, again, it comes from when we understand neuroscience or brain, how the brain works, we can stop reacting and we can say, oh,
Hmm.
wait, I feel this feeling. This isn't necessarily true. This is just a response. And then we can work with it. But if we don't understand it, we can't work with it. We don't even know it's
Hmm.
there.
It makes sense. Yes, you're right. Yes, lovely. Good. Well, with the same neuroscience and emotional freedom, may I ask you that perhaps you must have mentioned all these things in your upcoming book, and you call your upcoming book as "You Are the Secret Sauce." What's the one ingredient that most people forget that they have within? They try to search outside only. What is there they have within?
Mm, that one's actually, I think, rather easy to answer, and that's choice.
Hmm.
People love to try and convince themselves that they
Right?
don't choose meaning or that they had
Okay.
no choice in a matter. And the reality is you always have a choice. Always.
Beautiful.
You choose your meaning,
Beautiful.
you choose your actions, you choose all of it. Whether it's, I'm not saying it's an easy choice. I'm not saying you like your choices, but you choose. You always choose.
Okay. Okay. Then but one question. If I choose you now, but if you don't have time or you say no, I won't be with you, then what to do?
Are you asking relationship advice now?
Not in relation, in consultation.
So, is the question, I'm asking somebody for something and they say no.
Hmm.
I can choose how I
Hmm.
interpret that no. Do I make that
Hmm.
no mean the person is bad, that they're mad at me, that they are inconsiderate, or that maybe they're busy? Do I choose to
Lovely.
believe that that person had something else to do, that maybe they weren't even thinking about me? Did I
Hmm.
choose to think maybe the way I asked wasn't great? Maybe I'm always asking them for things. Maybe I'm doing something. There's so
Hmm.
many choices in that meaning.
Okay.
I'm choosing them.
Okay. 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 Yes. 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 So, Perhaps it makes sense. There are so many meanings in that choice, but you are choosing them. Lovely.
Mhm.
Yes, you are correct. Well, Anna, here is another question. That what's a powerful daily ritual that can shift your mindset and identity over the time? Perhaps this is the question that everyone must be thinking, that what is the daily ritual that can shift your mindset and your identity over the time if it is practiced continuously? What would be your answer, Anna?
So my answer to that is it really depends on where your nervous system is at.
Okay.
If you're living on the street and
Hmm.
I give you an exercise like journaling or something like that,
Okay.
which is a powerful daily ritual or breath work, you may not, I mean, you're trying to survive. You're not going to sit down
Correct.
and journal. You can't eat right now. If you're in an abusive relationship, are you
Hmm.
going to be able, are you in a safe environment? Do you have what you like? You know what I mean? So I just want to caveat or put some boundaries on this, that this, what I'm about to suggest can work for anyone if
Oh,
they do it and if
beautiful.
they are able to do it. Okay.
Yes. That would be
And
great.
that is this. What would bring me you in the morning when you wake up?
Hmm.
Ask yourself and write it down. What would bring me joy
Hmm.
today? Or what would
Wow.
I like to see of myself today? And this is
Hmm.
not a could, should, ought to, got to, need to situation. This is a joy. This is a something I want, something me, not subordinated values, not outside world. What would I love today? What would bring me joy today? And then at night,
Hmm.
what did I observe? So
Oh.
did this happen? Did it not happen? What did I do instead? Just noticing. That's it. And then what would I love to see happen tomorrow? And that's it.
Oh.
If you write those three things every single day, in a month, a year, you're going to see radical things happen. And I would tell you why. Because that act
Hmm.
makes you aware of what you want, and it makes you aware
Wow.
of your behaviors. And if I know what
Beautiful.
I want and I know what the behaviors are, I can say, wait a minute, I say I want this thing, but my life doesn't demonstrate that I want that thing. Or I want that thing, and these are the things that always get in the way. What am I doing about that? Either way, you have now information that you can take action on. And when you take
Hmm.
action, you change your life.
Right. Right. Yes. I wish you keep on telling and explaining. Lovely.
I'm
Because the
here for
way
you.
you are explaining is so systematic that it goes into the brain very easily. Beautiful. Well, I got so many more questions to be asked, but the time did not allow me to go further. Let me stop here and go for the rapid fire question session.
Okay.
Here are a few of the questions which I would request you to reply in the shortest possible form. And the first question is, Anna, please give me a one word that defines your healing journey. What is that?
Chaotic.
Please repeat again. Lovely, lovely. I loved it. Good, good. Yes. Well, here is the second question. The first thing that you say to yourself when your self doubt appears, what is that?
When I what? When
The
self-doubt
first
appears?
thing, what did you say to yourself first when your self doubt appears?
I say hello, and then I
Oh,
ask what it needs.
first is hello, then the second is
What do you need?
what you need. Wow, lovely. Fine. How can your neuroscience help someone move? Which I already asked you. The next question is, please give me a one daily habit that changed your life. What is that?
Getting up at 5:30.
Hmm. Oh, great. Whereas the people are there who don't get up even at 10 a.m., whereas you get up at 5:30. Wow. Well, you must have read number of books, and would you like to give me the name of one book that has deeply shifted your mindset?
The Courage to Be Disliked.
Please repeat it.
The Courage to Be Disliked.
Ah, the courage to be disliked. Lovely. Fine. Well, what's your personal definition of success today? What is that?
To be completely at peace and centered with who I am, the choices I make, and the actions I take in the world.
Wow. To be truthful with the who I am, with the choices I make. Yes, you are very correct. Because you can't make yourself different, or you can't act different than what you are actually. You can't show the world something different and than the what you are inside. So when you correlate them and tell what you are, it makes a big difference. Yes, you are right. What is the most powerful emotion that we often ignore? What is that, according to you?
Oh, the most powerful emotion that we most often ignore.
Ignore. Yeah.
Self-compassion.
Hmm. Self-compassion. Wow. Lovely. Yes. People have time to admire others, but they don't have time to for themselves. Yes.
No,
Very
they
right.
beat themselves up.
Hmm.
I have yet to meet someone who beats themselves up. Oh,
Yes. What is your first go-to self-care ritual?
my first go-to self-care ritual. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what my go-to would be. I have an integrated self-care. I have a list and I pick from the
Hmm.
list based on the
Hmm.
time. So there isn't one.
Good. Well, you have coached and helped so many people. From your experience, please tell us one lie that the people tell to ourselves, which is far too often.
I can't.
Ah, oh, great. If you had 10 seconds to inspire the world, what you would say?
10 seconds to inspire the world? I've already
No,
lost
I'm
it.
already inspired to the world.
You have everything you need inside you.
Please repeat it. Lovely. You have everything within that inspires you. Wow, beautiful. And here is my last question. What do you believe is the real secret source in life? What is that?
Joy.
Mhm. Yes, perhaps that is the only thing. Because you may have car, bungalow, money, power, position, everything. But if you don't have joy within yourself, all these things are of no use. Very correct. You must have that insight. Yes. Well, Anna, still I have got hundreds of questions to be asked. Time do not permit me. So let me stop here. And from bottom of my heart, I really thank you for giving so honest and truthful and systematic, practical reply that you give it. I'm sure those who have listened now and those who will be listening after will definitely get a lot from this session. And I don't know about others, but I promise you that I will definitely go through this program again and again, because something that you told was really very, very meaningful and it touched me. That was great, really great. Well, On behalf of this platform, I pray Almighty God to give you all the power, wisdom, time, money, everything to do the good that you are doing. Please keep on doing. So nice of you for being with us. Once again, we thank you and request you to be our guest as and when we ask you to join our platform. It was really wonderful session that we had today. So
Thank
nice
you
of you.
so
Thank
much,
you.
Dinesh.
Namaste.